CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Slowdowns are about to hit drivers heading through one of London's busiest intersections. The 2026 construction season is getting underway, with the next phase of bus rapid transit construction expected to be the most disruptive. With more, here's Sean Irvin.
The sign ahead confirms what is about to happen. BRT construction moves to the intersection of Wellington and Commissioners starting this week. Phase 2A, as the city calls it, impacts the area from just south of Baseline Road to Wilkins Street. This year, infrastructure will be replaced. Road construction and the installation of bus lanes will take place in 2027.
And the goal is to maintain access to businesses and to maintain at least one lane of traffic and the turn lane so that traffic keeps flowing during construction.
Of course, further down Wellington, Londoners have already experienced what happens when only one lane of traffic is moving through Wellington Road. While that project is now moving to resurfacing and finishing touches, businesses here endured months of limited access. Now it's the turn of those closer to Commissioners to feel the pain. This barber shop is located in a strip mall at the center of future construction. Its owner, Ways Jabbar, is worried customers will now look for alternatives away from the shovels and dirt.
Like the coming 2 years, I don't know how is it going to be. I hope we're going to survive with it, and then we'll see.
While significant construction will take place from Baseline up past Wellington towards Wilkins starting immediately, it will be another few months before the final phase of construction along this section of Wellington begins.
Phase 2B will see BRT lanes installed from the busy Baseline intersection north towards Watson Street. The staging of Phase 2 is necessary to ensure emergency vehicles can access Victoria Hospital.
So we're going to try to make sure we're keeping one of those intersections unrestricted as much as possible at the same time. So we've always got access to the hospital maintained.
Both phases, including the finishing touches, are expected to be completed by late spring 2028. BRT operation would commence on Wellington that fall. Jabbar hopes the service brings new growth to his business. He says that trend happened when he lived near new transit lines in Toronto a few years ago.
I have seen some areas that really benefits the businesses, to be honest with you. It's really good. So I'm hoping it's going to be that way.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
Local health advocates say they were shocked to learn provincial government funding would soon terminate for safe consumption sites. With more on the expected impact at London's CarePoint facility, here's Brent Lale.
I think having it there is important for homeless people and for people that use. They're going to use anyways, so it might as well be somewhere where they're going to be safe.
Corey Spizauka knows firsthand the importance of London's supervised consumption site.
Instead of you seeing them doing it at Victoria Park or downtown, at least they're in those closed doors there.
The Ministry of Health has indicated it will terminate funding for Ontario's remaining supervised consumption sites. That includes CarePoint on York Street.
It's devastating for people who use drugs and people who are struggling with addiction, who are homeless, who don't have any other place to use their drugs. From a public health perspective, it's a giant step backwards.
City Councillor Susan Stevenson calls it welcome news for business and property owners. She hopes this will send a strong message to redirect people to focus on treatment and rehabilitation.
I'm hoping this creates a discussion within council and maybe the support to say we're going to align with the province, we're going to create recovery-oriented systems of care here in our city, and how can we support people who are waiting for detox beds, coming out of detox beds, and for those who are walking a journey of recovery, we need places that are free of drugs for the people who want to walk that path.
CarePoint's operators say they had more than 15,000 visits in 2025. They reversed 218 overdoses and had 0 new HIV infections related to drug use. They're still trying to digest this surprising news.
We have a lot of work to do in the days and weeks ahead to try to ensure a smooth transition and, a wind down of the program.
The province has given its remaining supervised consumption sites 90 days notice. The funding agreement will expire June 13th. Brent Lale, CTV News.
Local health advocates are asking the federal government to step in, addressing what they call an erosion of public health care.
Now, in 2026, this could be the last stand of universal public health care as we know it.
About 50 people turned out for a London Health Coalition rally in front of Liberal MP Ariel Kayabaga's constituency office. It was one of several Health Coalition demonstrations at MP offices across the country. London organizers say the provincial government is pushing more care into private clinics.
We are coming to our MPs who are Liberal and saying, are you not going to stand up for this? It's been too long, too silent, and the government needs to step in and be the cop that it's supposed to be. A fundamental part of this is the ability to claw back dollar for dollar any private charges patients are being forced to pay for medically necessary care.
Officials at a London fertility clinic say an independent external lab review is now complete. According to a statement, the review found no patient safety risks, but it also failed to identify a definitive cause for what clinic leaders have called unexpected outcomes. The statement indicates a validation process will now determine whether lab systems are performing as expected before full IVF services resume. No further explanation on the nature of the unexpected outcomes was provided. A house fire triggered a partial building collapse in East London today. Firefighters were called to Manitoulin Drive just before 2 p.m. They say high winds pushed the flames to a neighboring home with damage estimated at $450,000. They also say a cause is under investigation and no one was injured.
The back addition did collapse. Our firefighters were working on a defensive attack there. There was no one in the structure at the time.
London police are preparing for St. Patrick's Day festivities tomorrow. Many took the opportunity to celebrate this past weekend, including in Waterloo, the site of a controversial police response. Karis Mapp has more on the tactical team brought in and the apparent sniper perched overhead.
This is one of many videos circulating social media showing a sniper on the balcony of a building near the unsanctioned St. Patrick's Day gathering, a precaution some students say they still don't understand.
It just seems extra. It's like, are they really expecting something bad to happen?
Waterloo Mayor Dorothy McCabe told media on the weekend that she was also surprised and shocked to see the scoped weapon deployed. Waterloo Regional Police confirming several initiatives were employed to ensure everyone's safety, including barriers and tactical officers positioned in elevated locations. Former Ontario Provincial Police Commissioner Chris Lewis said he agrees with Regional Police's use of the sniper.
It's not unusual at all to have tactical team in the background watching from a good viewpoint and being prepared to support the public order officers.
In an emailed statement to CTV News on Monday, Mayor McCabe said she has since spoken to Police Chief Mark Kroll and now has a more fulsome understanding of the plans in place. Experts say it's up to police forces to determine their plans and what to share.
You don't call politicians and tell them, here's what we're going to do tomorrow when we hit the Outlaws or Hells Angels clubhouse, or we're going to arrest a murderer.
Annalise Mearton is an exchange student from Australia at the University of Waterloo. She said it was unnerving to see the tactical officer looking down on the crowd.
I looked up and there it was on top of the building looking down. There were 3 police officers and only 1 sniper, I believe. And my initial reaction was just, oh my goodness.
Mearton says while she's heard about Waterloo's infamous St. Patrick's Day celebration, she wasn't expecting it to be so heavily policed.
Given the unrest in the world at the moment and looking up and seeing a sniper, I was like, oh, do they think there's a reason that they need a sniper? And that definitely caused some nerves.
But Lewis says it's always better to be prepared.
That doesn't mean that they're intending on shooting people in the crowd. It's just a preparatory issue. In worst case scenario, they have the ability to make that judgment call.
Karis Mapp, CTV News, Waterloo.
We have more tonight in our series following London City Councillor Elizabeth Pelosa and her chemotherapy journey. This week on Healing in the Public Eye, she talks about her healthcare choices and balancing motherhood with her treatment.
The drugs can go in, your blood work can come out. It actually goes up through here, all the way through here and to the top of your heart. The PICC line is a longer line that goes in your arm, delivers it closer to your heart for medication. Was a little bit apprehensive about it, did some research, made a decision, actually unmade that decision, and then remade it to have one put in.
This morning we're visiting Zone E for a PICC line going in, trying to be excited about it, and we will see how it goes.
It is intimidating. It's a little bit scary. Just you're making what you believe is the best call for your health based on the information you're given by doctors and nurses. Everything's made sterile when you're having it put in, and they actually cover you with the fabrics, including your face, which could be intimidating. Agnes did great, made into like a little tent, so you weren't claustrophobic in there, and then had beautiful verbal instructions as you went through it of, I'm doing this, you will feel this.
PICC line's in, and it was the freezing that hurt the most. Overall, really good, happy with it.
I have 3 kids, ages 15 to 20. It's always perpetually hockey season as a hockey mom, so there's always just find that balance and then trying to understand your body and let your body take the rest when it needs. I was anticipating just radiation. When those other tests come back, the numbers were high for reoccurrence, higher than I'm comfortable with children I'm still raising. So went chemotherapy route, realizing it's going to be more invasive and visually very apparent when I'm going through with the kids. 2 of the boys had shaved their heads, so now we're waiting to see if mom can rock the bald haircut as well as they can. So trying to find the humor in it, but really making sure that I can do what I can with my health to make sure that I am here for my kids as they continue growing.
March break is underway, which means families across the region are looking for the best ways to make the most of the week off for students. Lauren Stallone has more on the activities on offer at 100 Kellogg Lane.
Kids are trading their books and pencils for a week of March break fun.
I'm happy to be off. Yeah, I'm very happy to be off. There's nothing fun about school.
You don't have to go to school anymore, and you get to do whatever you want, and you get to try new things and do new stuff.
March break gives families the opportunity to get out of the house, and today out of this wind. Here at the factory, it's been a busy day with kids looking for something fun to do while school is out.
We're excited for it to be lined up out this door and out our other entrance for sure. The hero room right now is packed, so all the little ones are having a great time. All the parents are probably going to be at the bar or on the viewing deck.
For students, it's a week off school, but for parents, it's a week to figure out how to keep them busy.
It's amazing. It gives us family time. It gets us to connect with each other and have a really nice time together.
Places like the factory say this week is one of their busiest times of the year.
We just make sure that we have as many bodies on as we possibly can to make sure that parents and little ones are having the best time that they can.
Many kids say the best part of March break is spending the week with family and friends.
It's nice to spend time with people who love you. We have fun together sometimes.
I just like hanging out with my friends, and it's very fun.
And with a full week ahead, the fun is far from over. Lauren Stallone, CTV News.
Still ahead, Canada's Oscar claim and the filmmaker's London connections. That's later on CTV News. Canada's main stock market was up today. The oil supply disruption hanging over another week of trading. TSX gained 335 points. In New York, the Dow added 388, the Nasdaq up 269. Canadian dollar gained a fifth of a cent today. On commodity markets, gold lost almost $60 an ounce, and oil fell more than $5 a barrel. President Donald Trump is urging other nations to get involved, opening back up that major oil shipping route. It's being choked off by Iran and has become a major focal point of the escalating war in the Middle East. Heather Wright reports.
Smoke billows from an industrial site near the Dubai International Airport, the result of a drone attack earlier today. It's the latest example of Iran's use of asymmetrical warfare, which includes inexpensive drone attacks like this one and leveraging pinch points like the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. is asking its allies to help open the Strait of Hormuz, Iran's foreign minister said today. From our perspective, it's only closed to our enemies and their allies. With oil prices skyrocketing, U.S. President Donald Trump is under pressure to get tanker ships moving. He has called on NATO allies and countries like China to provide military support in order to reopen the strait. It's not our war, we didn't start it, is how Germany's foreign minister responded to the request, the most pointed refusal. Japan, Italy, Australia, and Canada have also said they will not participate.
Canada's not involved in the prosecution of this war, and Canada has no intention of being involved in the prosecution of this war.
I find the request kind of misplaced.
University of Istanbul professor Kıvanç Ulusoy says he's not surprised many countries are turning down requests to help, as the United States never consulted them in the decision to go to war.
The Trump administration did not do almost anything to let's say, to legitimize it, to justify it.
This war is now in its third week, with the death toll in Iran now more than 1,300, according to its health ministry. The death toll in Lebanon also continues to rise as Israel moves more troops into the south in its fight with Hezbollah, which reignited following the killing of Iran's supreme leader. Nearly 900 people have been killed and 2,000 injured in Lebanon since this latest conflict began, with nearly 1 million people displaced.
At this point, there are no peace talks planned between Hezbollah and Israel. And an Iranian official said today they have not requested a ceasefire with the United States and are prepared for what could be a lengthy conflict. Heather Wright, CTV News, Istanbul.
There have been profound economic impacts around the world because of the Iran war. Oil prices in particular are way up with significant ripple effects. With more on that, here's Annie Bergeron-Oliver.
The items on Hanan Alameh's charcuterie platters are carefully curated.
This is like my passion.
But creating the beautiful food displays is getting more expensive by the month.
It's been extremely hard. Even like I opened up a year ago, from a year till now, things have skyrocketed. It's been double in price. So even like the meats, the cheeses, the fruits, even gas, because I do deliver as well.
Alameh loves what she does, but she has some concerns about the future, a common feeling among small business owners.
Businesses haven't even recovered from the pandemic. Then we move into a trade war. Now we're moving into rising oil prices. The knocks continue. And for some businesses, this is a big threat.
Since the war began in late February, the price of oil has increased 40 to 50%. And economists say that could boost the cost of many goods and services, including food.
If you look at fresh fruits and vegetables that are coming in by truck from the southern U.S. or from Central America, that transportation cost is roughly 10% of the retail price. And so we will see some upward pressure for those products in the month of March.
If the war continues through the spring, economists fear inflation could increase too, making the Bank of Canada's next interest rate decisions more complicated.
There's no way around it. The next numbers will be higher. The question is how the Bank of Canada will then try to signal what it's likely to do. Most likely, right now it'll stay at the level it is, but it'll kind of say, look, we're really watching this. We don't want to get out of control.
The Bank of Canada will make its next rate decision on Wednesday, and many economists expect the bank will hold steady at 2.25%. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Ottawa.
Good evening, I'm Rita Ismail. As we head into the night, we have snow squalls developing throughout Midwestern Ontario. It's all thanks to strong, gusty winds over Lake Huron in behind a cold front that moved through earlier today. Now, those winds will continue to gust into Tuesday morning, and our temperature is tumbling. It will feel close to minus 20 degrees tomorrow morning. I'll walk you through the forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Rita's on the desk with me now, and depending where you are in the region tonight, two different stories we're tracking weather-wise because there's strong winds, but also snow for some parts of Midwestern Ontario. Wintry, Rita, still.
I know. I really wish we weren't having this conversation. I had better news for you, but unfortunately, this final few days of winter are going to feel like winter because officially spring arrives on Friday, but we're going to go through winter at least one more day, and that's Tuesday. We are sitting at the freezing mark right now. We started the day off at 12 degrees. That was early in the morning. We tumbled down to the freezing mark, and we're expecting to drop even lower overnight tonight. Strong gusty winds. There is that wind warning that was issued by Environment Canada for London and area. And further to the north throughout Midwestern Ontario, you're dealing with a snow squall warning. Now, normal this time of year is 4 degrees. The low -5. We are nowhere near that in terms of our daytime high. The record 21 in 1945, record low -17 in 1988. You could see the bulk of the moisture is off to the east. That was a big, sharp cold front that moved through early this morning. As we head into the night, those strong winds over Lake Huron mean we're going to see a cumulative snowfall, especially throughout Midwestern Ontario. And as a result, that snow squall warning is in place, up to 40 centimeters possible. The rest of us to the south of the 401, we're dealing with strong gusty winds that have the potential of causing power outages or down tree limbs. So do keep that in mind as we head into the night, and travel advisories are in place throughout Midwestern Ontario. There's that snow squall intensifying overnight tonight right into tomorrow morning, not really letting up until about noon for Midwestern Ontario. For us, mostly cloudy conditions, scattered flurries possible, and that possibility for those snow squalls to shift further to the south. But as of right now, it looks like we get a bit of a break before another system moves in Wednesday afternoon, and that one will also usher in some snowfall. Thank you, John, for sharing this beautiful photo of a sunrise. So windy conditions on Tuesday. We'll wake up right off the bat -10, feeling close to -20 with those strong gusty northwesterly winds, 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. They'll continue into the afternoon, so our temperature not really getting any warmer. -5. If you have St. Patrick's Day plans, bundle up, especially if you are planning on heading outdoors. It's going to be a cold one, feeling like -12 by the afternoon. So heading into Wednesday, we warm up, relatively speaking, to -1. Scattered flurries possible for Wednesday as well, but that system snow moving in late day Wednesday after about 4 p.m. and then transitioning into a rain snow mix by Thursday because, of course, our temperatures go back up. So bundle up, buckle up for this roller coaster ride, because we are definitely going to be experiencing cold temperatures on Tuesday and then warming up to near seasonal values just in time for spring on Friday with evening rainfall. And heading into the weekend, it looks a little bit more consistent, 4 degrees for the high here in London. Midwestern Ontario, bitterly cold temperatures overnight tonight into tomorrow. Strong gusty winds, and again, keep in mind you are going to be getting a cumulative snowfall. Those snow squalls are going to intensify overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Give yourself some extra time as you head out the door. Wednesday, -11 first thing, climbing to -2, and then 3 degrees, 4 degrees. So good news is on the way in terms of a warm up for us, but we're still going to need that shovel, that snow blower, and our hats, because of course it's going to feel like winter at least for the next couple of days. Carlyle?
Thanks, Rita. One of Canada's wins at the Oscars last night also had ties to London.
And the Oscar goes to The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
Director Maciek Szczerbowski moved to London from Poland at 12 years old, where he finished elementary and high school. With more on his now Academy Award-winning work, here's Geneviève Beauchemin.
The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
Montreal's Chris Lavis and Maciek Szczerbowski's stop-motion masterpiece.
They glowed, perfect and round.
Tells the story of an impoverished boy who falls in love with a girl whose tears turn to pearls.
Pearls of sorrow. They're priceless.
It's a tale of choice between love and greed, told through puppets, set in 20th century Montreal.
We just really want to thank our amazing neighborhood and the amazingly talented community of artists that we've had the superb luck to work with. Thank you, the fantastic city of Montreal. Thank you, Canada.
That shout out to the Plateau neighborhood, known for its iconic spiral staircases, a culture hub of theater, fashion and cuisine, and a hotspot for artists. The newly minted Oscar winners say so many who played a role in their short film live in the area.
The hat has to be tipped to really a neighborhood where the music was made, where all the garbage was found, where our studio is, where we go out for drinks after work and scheme on what to do tomorrow.
This is Elsie's, Lavis and Szczerbowski's local hangout. It has served Hollywood stars before, but this win hits close to home.
They've been coming here for years, so everyone knew them, which was really cool. So when they won, everyone just got up and cheered and had a drink to those guys.
Pat, the bartender, says he's ready to pour a pint or two for them. Can they expect a free round of beer?
I think we could probably work something out, you know. We spent $100,000 here over 30 years. Yeah, I think we could probably send a few beers their way.
The filmmakers were nominated once before, but this is their first Oscar win for what they say is a puppet film
5 years in the making. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
Finally tonight, a girl from St. Thomas now recovering from surgery after receiving a liver transplant from a stranger. Brent Lale has more on her family's desperate search and the donor who came through.
I definitely feel really lucky.
Lily Wag walked out of Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, finishing her stay after receiving a life-saving liver transplant.
It was a whirlwind 24 hours, that's for sure. From saying goodbye to her in the pre-op room to at about 10 a.m. to not getting a chance to see her until midnight in the ICU, it was two nervous parents.
But the surgery went well, and she's got a second chance at life. It's all thanks to 39-year-old Melissa Dearden, who saw the Wag family's cry for help on Facebook.
I'm reading this story, and my heart just went out, and I thought, if this was one of my children.
The realtor from Hamilton was a complete stranger, but after realizing she fit all the required criteria, she made the choice to donate.
So I sacrificed 5 days in the hospital, and I sacrificed maybe a week of my life where I was uncomfortable. I wasn't really in pain. I was just, I couldn't do much. All to be able to see a little girl see her 16th birthday and graduate and go on to have a family. I think that, if more people understood and knew about this program, that, maybe we could see more people sign up.
It melts my heart knowing that there's somebody out there that would have risked their life to give our daughter a second chance. So we're forever grateful.
Both Lily and Melissa are on the mend, about halfway to full recovery. Lily is hoping to leave Ronald McDonald House next week and get back to her regular routine in St. Thomas.
Definitely getting back to school. I miss my friends, so that's going to be probably my main one, and baseball. That's for sure.
And she's half the weight she was when she went into surgery. So it's big to see how far she's come in those 4 weeks of getting a new liver and how sick she was to now really kind of how healthy she is to standing here today.
Brent Lale, CTV News.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching. For all of us at CTV News London, I'm Carlyle Fiset. Have a good night.